Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we dive into the incredible world of one of the most intriguing coins from American history, the 1975 United States 5-cent coin. This humble nickel may look ordinary at first glance, but for collectors in the know, it holds secrets and surprises that make it one of the most sought-after coins in the numismatic world today. Minted during a time of economic and political transformation in the United States, the 1975 nickel came from the Denver Mint, one of the busiest and most prolific mints in the country. These coins were produced in the hundreds of millions, but not all nickels are created equal. Some carry rare, valuable mint errors that turn this 5-cent piece into a true treasure worth thousands to the right collector. What makes this coin so fascinating is not just its age or historical significance, but the rare and specific minting errors that occurred during its production. These aren't just tiny imperfections, they're dramatic, visible anomalies that drastically raise a coin's value in the collector market. Imagine discovering one of these gems in your loose change or old coin collection. It could be a life-changing find. Among the most coveted versions of the 1975 nickel are those with off-center strikes, where the design is visibly misaligned due to a misfeed in the coin press. This type of error is extremely desirable because it's easily seen with the naked eye and can range from 5% to 90% off-center. The more dramatic the strike, the higher the potential value. Another variation includes double dies, where the images or lettering on the coin appear doubled, especially noticeable in the words "Liberty" or "In God We Trust." These striking errors are rare and instantly recognizable to trained eyes. But that's not all. Some 1975 nickels are known to have die cracks, which are raised lines on the coin caused by breaks in the die used during minting. These imperfections often create patterns or lines across Jefferson's portrait or the Monticello building, turning each coin into a unique collectible work of art. The more unusual and prominent the crack, the more collectors are willing to pay. Even more fascinating are the full steps variations of the 1975 nickel. On the reverse of the coin, at the base of Monticello, look closely. If you can see 5 or 6 clearly defined steps with no wear or blurring, you might be holding a full step specimen. These are extremely rare from this year, especially from the Denver Mint, and they command a serious premium in the collector market. Collectors are constantly on the hunt for these specific features, and they're paying close attention to coin shows, online auctions, and rare coin dealers for any signs of these extraordinary nickels resurfacing. The demand for these rare varieties has never been higher, and collectors who find one in pristine or mint-state condition are holding onto something truly special. In recent auctions and private sales, verified 1975 nickels with dramatic mint errors, especially those with off-center strikes combined with full steps, have stunned the numismatic world with their rising prices and fierce competition among buyers. These aren't just coins, they're historical artifacts, one-of-a-kind anomalies that tell a story of how even the smallest mistake at the mint can create a masterpiece that collectors will chase for decades. So, how can you tell if your 1975 nickel is one of the rare and valuable ones? First, check the condition. It should be as close to uncirculated as possible, with sharp edges and minimal wear. Next, grab a magnifying glass and examine the coin for doubling in the text or date, any off-center alignment, cracks in the design, or visible full steps on the reverse. If you see any of these features, you could be holding a coin of serious value. Make sure to get your coin professionally graded if you believe it holds one of these rare features. A certified grade from a trusted service like PCGS or NGC can massively boost your coin's value and give collectors confidence in its authenticity and quality. Many coins that have received high grades, especially with unique errors, have made waves in auctions and fetched record-breaking prices. Now, here's the moment you've all been waiting for. One verified and graded 1975 United States 5-cent coin, featuring an extraordinary combination of a mint error and near-perfect condition, was sold for a jaw-dropping $98,000. Yes, you heard that right, $98,000 for a 5-cent coin. That's the power of rarity, condition, and collector demand all wrapped into one unbelievable nickel. This incredible story should serve as a wake-up call to all coin enthusiasts and curious minds out there. Never underestimate the power of small change. That nickel sitting in your jar or tucked in an old drawer could be a hidden fortune waiting to be discovered. Don't miss your chance to search, explore, and maybe find one of these priceless treasures right in your own home. If you've enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, unique errors, and how to spot hidden gems in your collection, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another treasure hunting opportunity. And if you think you found a rare 1975 D nickel or any other fascinating coin, drop a comment below and share your story with us. We love hearing from fellow collectors and enthusiasts. Second rare coin. We're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and rare nickels in American history, the 1943 United States 5-cent coin. This little piece of metal holds stories of wartime America, hidden rarity, and jaw-dropping value that could make your collection sparkle with fortune. During World War II, the United States was making huge sacrifices to support the war effort, including changing the very metals used in our coins. In 1943, the U.S. Mint produced nickels using an unusual composition of silver, manganese, and copper instead of the traditional nickel because nickel was a critical metal for military manufacturing. This change created what we now call the Silver War nickels, and the 1943 P version minted in Philadelphia is one of the most mysterious and sought-after coins of the entire series. What makes the 1943 P nickel so special isn't just its historical context or silver content. It's the rare minting errors and exceptional variants that elevate this coin into legendary status among collectors. These aren't just small slips from the mint. We're talking about dramatic and highly prized errors like double die obverse, repunched mint marks, and die cracks that transform an ordinary war nickel into a rare gem worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. One of the most exciting features collectors search for is the bold and distinct large P mint mark above Monticello on the reverse. This was the first time a mint mark appeared on a U.S. nickel's reverse, and it's a key indicator that you're looking at a wartime silver issue. But some rare versions of the 1943 P come with variations, like a repunch P, where the mint mark was accidentally struck more than once, creating a shadow or doubling effect that's visible under magnification. These coins are incredibly rare and incredibly valuable. There are also double die errors to look out for on the obverse of the coin. These occur when the coin is struck with a misaligned die, causing the design elements, like the word Liberty or the date 1943, to appear slightly doubled. This kind of error is unmistakable to the trained eye and can skyrocket the coin's value, especially if found on a silver wartime issue like this one. It's a rare combination of error and historic composition that collectors crave. In some exceptional cases, the 1943 P nickel may even exhibit planchet errors, such as being struck on the wrong metal or with an incomplete planchet, leading to a coin that's unlike any other. These one-of-a-kind errors are often discovered years later and can send shockwaves through the numismatic community when they surface in auctions. Because of their extreme rarity, they're highly competitive pieces that serious collectors dream of owning. If you're lucky enough to find a 1943 P nickel in near-perfect condition, especially one with a high-grade designation and one of these rare mint errors, you could be looking at a serious financial treasure. The higher the grade, the cleaner and sharper the strike, and the fewer scratches or wear marks the coin has. Collectors go wild over coins graded MS 66 and above, particularly when they contain war-era silver and stunning minting anomalies. The demand for the 1943 P nickel continues to rise, especially in today's booming collectibles market, where vintage U.S. coins with historical and error-based appeal are reaching unbelievable auction results. Collectors from around the world are now on the hunt for the finest examples of this coin, and when one with the right characteristics hits the market, it rarely stays there for long. The buzz around this coin is real, and its value keeps climbing as collectors and investors scramble to get their hands on one. So, what should you look for in your own pocket change or inherited coin stash? First, make sure your 1943 nickel has the large P mint mark over Monticello. That's your first clue that it's a Silver War nickel. Then, inspect both sides for doubling, especially on the text and date, and take note of any odd textures, lines, or irregularities that could signal a minting error. If you spot something unusual, your next step is to get the coin professionally graded and authenticated. That's where its full value will come to light. Now for the part you've all been waiting for, the big reveal. One extremely rare and well-preserved 1943 P United States 5-cent coin, featuring a stunning mint error and certified in near-flawless condition, was recently valued and sold for an incredible $150,000. That's right, $150,000 for a 5-cent coin from the World War II era. This extraordinary example is proof that history rarity and a little bit of luck can combine to create something truly magical in the world of coin collecting. Whether you're just starting your collection or you're a seasoned expert, the 1943 P nickel is a coin worth dreaming about, searching for, and celebrating, because this isn't just a coin, it's a piece of American history that could change your life. Third expensive coin. We're diving into a coin that many people have in their possession without even realizing its true value, the 2005 United States 5-cent coin. Yes, a coin minted in recent history could be the key to unlocking thousands of dollars, and in this video, we're going to uncover why this nickel is causing such a buzz in the collector community. At first glance, the 2005 D-nickel might seem like just another modern coin in your change jar, but it's far more than that. It belongs to a unique and highly collectible series known as the Westward Journey nickels, which marked a bold redesign to commemorate the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition. This was a major moment in U.S. coinage history, and collectors everywhere took notice of the bold new images and symbols introduced on these coins. The 2005 D-nickel comes in two design types, the American Bison and the Ocean in View. Both were released as part of the Westward Journey series, but it's the American Bison reverse that's especially famous among collectors for one stunning reason, a jaw-dropping mint error known as the speared bison. This error transformed an everyday coin into a modern numismatic legend, and it's now one of the most hunted coins of the 21st century. The speared bison is exactly what it sounds like. A dramatic die gouge that appears as a raised line going through the body of the bison, making it look as though the animal has been pierced by a spear. This was not an intentional design choice, but rather a fascinating minting error that occurred during the striking process at the Denver Mint. It's bold, it's visible to the naked eye, and it has captured the imagination of collectors across the country. What makes this particular error so exciting is how easy it is to spot. If you come across a 2005 D-nickel with the American Bison on the reverse, look closely at the bison's shoulder and body. If you see a sharp line running diagonally through it, you could be holding a speared bison error. These coins are rare, and the clearer and more dramatic the gouge, the more valuable your coin could be in the collector marketplace. Coins like this with dramatic die gouges are considered highly collectible because they're not mass-produced or intentionally created. They are the result of an unusual event in the minting process, making each one a unique piece of U.S. mint history. And because the speared bison error was only discovered after the coins entered circulation, most were spent before people realized their significance, making high-grade examples incredibly scarce today. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for these coins in mint state or uncirculated condition. The 2005 D-speared bison nickel, when professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC and certified as MS 65 or higher, can fetch serious prices at auctions and private sales. That means if you find one in near-perfect condition, free from major scratches, dings, or wear, you may be sitting on a small fortune, even outside of the famous error, the 2005. D-nickels are collectible because of their historical context and limited production run of the special designs. The entire Westward Journey series has become more popular in recent years, and the bison design in particular is a favorite among modern collectors who love the blend of artistry, symbolism, and rarity. Recent auctions have shown just how much interest and demand there is for this coin. Certified speared bison nickels in high mint state condition have gone on to sell for shocking amounts, stunning even seasoned collectors and drawing new attention to this relatively modern coin. The combination of accessibility, history, and a dramatic era has placed the 2005 D nickel in the spotlight of modern U.S. coin collecting. So, what should you do if you think you found a 2005 D nickel that could be valuable? First, inspect it closely under good lighting or with a magnifying glass. Look for that distinct diagonal line that runs through the bison on the reverse, the hallmark of the speared bison era. If it looks promising, your next step should be to have it professionally graded and encapsulated by a trusted grading service, which will help confirm its authenticity and boost its value. Collectors and coin lovers across the country are constantly checking their change, searching coin rolls, and digging through their old stashes in hopes of discovering this rare gem. The 2005 de-speared bison nickel has already earned its place in the list of modern coins worth serious money, and the best part is it could still be hiding in circulation today. And now, the part you've all been waiting for. How much is this coin really worth? One stunning example of the 2005 de-speared bison United States 5-cent coin, preserved in exceptional condition and professionally certified, has sold for an eye-popping $10,000. That's right. $10,000 for a coin that originally cost just 5 cents. This just goes to show that treasure doesn't always come in gold bars or ancient relics. Sometimes it's right in your pocket, hiding in plain sight. So keep your eyes open, your magnifiers ready, and your curiosity alive, because this nickel is a modern-day treasure that's still out there waiting to be discovered. Especially, we're unlocking the incredible story of a coin that has stunned collectors and amazed the numismatic world with its rising value and hidden rarity, the 1973 United States 5-cent coin. That's right, a simple Jefferson nickel from 1973 has become one of the most surprising treasures in modern coin collecting, and in today's video, we're going to tell you exactly why this coin has become such a hot target for collectors across the country. The 1973 Jefferson nickel might look like just another everyday coin to the untrained eye, but don't be fooled. This little 5-cent piece has secrets that make it one of the most talked about coins in the collecting world. It was struck at a time when the United States Mint was producing massive quantities of coins for circulation, but even in that high-output environment, a few rare and valuable versions of the 1973 nickel managed to slip through with special characteristics that make them worth a fortune today. One of the most exciting things about the 1973 nickel is that collectors have discovered several rare varieties and mint errors that dramatically increase its value. These are not your average nickels. We're talking about coins with off-center strikes, double die errors, and full steps on the Monticello design that make them incredibly desirable for collectors. These rare traits turn what looks like spare change into serious collector gold. The full steps designation is one of the most important features to look for when assessing the value of a Jefferson nickel, and the 1973 version is no exception. If you flip the coin over and look at Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's iconic estate, you'll see a series of steps at the base of the building. If those steps are fully struck, clearly defined, and uninterrupted by wear or weakness, your coin could qualify as a full steps variety, and that is where the real value starts to show itself. But that's just the beginning. Some rare 1973 nickels also feature dramatic die cracks, die breaks, or even clipped planchets, where part of the coin is visibly missing due to an error during the cutting process at the mint. These types of errors are not only rare but also highly collectible because they offer a glimpse into the imperfect and fascinating process of coin production. Each one is a one-of-a-kind piece of American minting history. Double die errors are another highly prized feature collectors search for on the 1973 nickel. This type of error occurs when the coin is struck more than once in slightly misaligned positions, creating a ghost-like doubling effect in the text or the date. If you examine your 1973 nickel closely and see doubling in the word liberty or the phrase "In God We Trust," you might be holding a true treasure in your hands. Let's not forget about off-center strikes, one of the most visually striking and easily recognized errors in coin collecting. A 1973 nickel with an off-center strike will have part of its design missing or shifted to one side, creating a dramatic and unmistakable look. The more off-center the strike without losing the date, the more valuable the coin becomes to collectors who seek eye-catching rarities for their collection. These kinds of error coins are not produced intentionally, they're happy accidents. And that's exactly what makes them so desirable. They're rare, unique, and represent a moment in minting history that can't be replicated. And because the 1973 nickel isn't often thought of as a special year, many of these valuable errors have gone unnoticed for decades, hiding in jars, drawers, and old coin rolls, just waiting to be discovered. The demand for rare and error coins has never been higher, and the 1973 nickel has proven to be one of the unexpected stars of the show. Collectors are scouring coin shops, online auctions, and estate sales trying to find well-preserved and rare versions of this iconic coin. Whether it's a full steps variety, a dramatic double die, or an off-center strike, the 1973 nickel is quickly becoming a modern legend in the coin world. If you believe you've got a 1973 nickel with any of these special traits, the next step is to get it graded by a professional certification service like PCGS or NGC. A high-grade error coin, especially one that's been well-preserved in uncirculated or mint state condition, can demand serious premiums and often sells for far more than its modest face value suggests. The grading process helps determine its authenticity, rarity, and overall market value, and that can lead to big rewards. In recent months, collector interest in 1973 nickels has skyrocketed, and several certified examples with rare features have reached impressive prices at auction. These coins are no longer just overlooked pieces of change. They are highly collectible, historically significant, and financially valuable. The thrill of finding one is real, and more people than ever are starting to pay attention to this once underestimated coin. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. Just how much can a rare and valuable 1973 United States 5-cent coin be worth? Believe it or not, one exceptional example of this coin, featuring a rare mint error and preserved in near-perfect condition, has been valued at an astounding $50,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $50,000 for a 5-cent coin. This unbelievable value is proof that sometimes the most incredible treasures can come from the most unexpected places. So keep your eyes open, check your change, and don't let another 1973 nickel pass through your fingers without a second glance, because your next find could be worth a fortune. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, hidden errors, and the incredible stories behind the money we use every day, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a future discovery. And if you found a unique 1973 nickel or have questions about coins in your collection, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your story and help you explore its true value. Last unique coin, we're uncovering the mystery, the history, and the hidden fortune behind one of the most fascinating coins in American pocket change, the 1964 United States 5-cent coin. This coin is so much more than just spare change. It could be your ticket to discovering a valuable piece of numismatic history hiding right in your collection. The 1964 Jefferson nickel is special for many reasons, and it holds a unique place in the history of U.S. coinage. That year marked the end of an era, as it was the last time the U.S. Mint produced nickels with dates that would continue to appear for years due to the suspension of date changes during the coin shortage of the mid-1960s. As a result, more 1964 nickels were minted than any other year. But here's the twist. Among the hundreds of millions produced, there are hidden rarities, shocking mint errors, and high-grade specimens that have made collectors go wild. One of the standout features collectors are constantly on the hunt for is the full steps designation on the reverse side of the coin. If you flip the coin over and look at Monticello, the grand home of Thomas Jefferson, you'll notice the stairs at the base of the building. A full steps nickel means those stairs are sharply defined and show 5 or 6 uninterrupted lines with no blurring or wear. That level of detail is difficult to find in a 1964 nickel, especially because most were heavily circulated, making untouched examples extremely rare and desirable. But that's not all. The 1964 nickel also has some dramatic mint error varieties that can skyrocket its value instantly. Among the most collectible are double die errors, where parts of the coin's design, especially the date or the lettering like Liberty or In God We Trust, appear duplicated or slightly shifted due to a misalignment during the striking process. These errors are easily spotted under magnification and are prized for their bold appearance and extreme rarity. There are also highly collectible off-center strike errors that occurred when the blank planchet was not properly aligned in the press. This results in a coin with a portion of the design missing or dramatically shifted, giving it a lopsided or incomplete appearance. The more off-center the strike, while still showing the date, the more valuable the coin becomes in the eyes of collectors. Collectors have even uncovered clipped planchet errors, where a curved portion of the coin is missing due to a mistake during the metal blank cutting process. These minting errors make each coin completely unique, and when combined with a clean surface and strong details, they become standout pieces in any serious collection. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that was created by pure accident, yet today is worth thousands. Another important point for collectors is the difference between the Philadelphia and Denver mint marks. On 1964 nickels, you can find either no mint mark, Philadelphia, or a small D for Denver, located to the right of Monticello on the reverse. While both can be valuable, many of the rarest full steps varieties and error coins have been discovered in the Denver mint issues, making them especially popular at auction houses and among advanced collectors, even though millions were made. Very few 1964 nickels have survived in mint state condition, untouched, uncirculated, and still glowing with that original luster from the day they were struck. When one of these coins combines a high mint state grade with an error like a double die or full steps, its value skyrockets, and collectors know it. That's why professional grading is crucial if you think you've found a gem. Services like PCGS and NGC can verify and certify your coin's condition, increasing its value and marketability. In recent years, the collector market has seen a surge in demand for top-quality 1964 nickels. Auction houses have reported fierce bidding wars over pristine examples with rare varieties, and private collectors are paying serious premiums to add high-grade specimens to their collections. These aren't just coins, they are pieces of living history from a time when American coinage was undergoing significant changes, and every error tells a unique story. If you've inherited a coin collection, or you've been searching through your change jar and find a shiny 1964 nickel, don't pass it by. Take a moment to inspect it carefully, check the steps on Monticello, look closely at the date and lettering for signs of doubling, and see if the coin shows any signs of being struck off center or clipped. These small details can make a massive difference in value and could be the key to uncovering something truly extraordinary. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. What is the top value a 1964 United States 5-cent coin can reach? Believe it or not, one stunning example of a 1964 nickel, featuring full steps detail and a rare mint error, certified in top mint state condition, sold for an unbelievable $100,000. That's right, $100,000 for a 5-cent coin that most people wouldn't think twice about. That kind of value is not just exciting, it's inspiring. It proves that with a little knowledge and curiosity, even the most ordinary-looking coin could turn out to be a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. So take another look at your coins, explore those forgotten jars and collections, and who knows, the next great find might be in your very own hands. If this video fired you up to start searching for rare and valuable coins, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel and ring that bell so you never miss another exciting discovery. And if you think you've found a rare 1964 nickel or any other coin that might have hidden value, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your story and help you explore what you've found. Thanks for watching, and remember, every coin has a story. And some stories are worth more than you can imagine. Keep searching, keep collecting, and stay inspired, because the next rare treasure could be right in your pocket.